Hello everybody, my name's Bobby the Nacho 9, and welcome to analyzing every single Fnaf game ever. This includes every single Fnaf game, including the obscure ones like Fnaf Are Dead, Fighting Space 2, Fighting Space 3, and each of these episodes will be phrased in different episodes. Fnaf 1, episode 1, Fnaf 2, episode 2, Fnaf 3, episode 3, for Fnaf 4, that'd be episode 4, and then Halloween DLC would be like a bonus episode, and maybe like Situation Custom Night would also be a bonus episode, a couple things bonus. Scary Beach Road would probably be a normal episode, yes, and so there'll be some bonus episodes sprinkled in the mix, probably like Help One and Chris Trapper would also be a bonus episode. There'll be all different types of bonus episodes sprinkled around. Anyways, what do we do in each of these episodes? Well, first of all, we talk about gameplay, lore. We're talking about the animatronics, maybe the pizzeria too. I mean, everything you could possibly think of. Analyzing each and every single Fnaf game to figure out what makes them great or bad. Yeah. Yes, this is the intro that will be used for every single one of the videos, in case you were curious, because, I don't want to explain things, like 20 times, so, yes. Okay, without further ado, let's begin with whatever episode this is going to be. Enjoy. Okay, welcome to where we're going to start this adventure, and that is Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Of course, I mean, what else game would it be? Now, Five Nights at Freddy's Old Unk status came out on August 8th, 2014. So now, in this series, it's episode 1, so we gotta start off with the basics here. So basically, here's how this thing's gonna work. We're gonna have it separated into different topics, different phases, different parts or whatever. I think parts would be better. So, part 1 of the video would be, we're talking about the pizzeria and atmosphere. Part 2, the lore. Part 3 is going to be the animatronics. Part 4 is the gameplay, and part 5 is like the history a little bit. That one's probably just be kind of like it could be that long, but yeah, that's how it's gonna be. So, I think we're gonna start off with Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Now, the pizzeria is honestly pretty small. Fnaf 2 is a lot bigger. And honestly, this portion of each of the episodes is not gonna be that long because there's really not much to talk about here. The animatronics part is probably gonna be the longest. But anyways, let's begin. So, the pizzeria itself is I think it's good. It does job right. We have the main area. It connects to all the other areas, so it's nice, simple, and it makes sense for like an actual pizzeria. Main stage with Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and side stage for Foxy, Pirates Cove, which I think that's a great idea to make the animatronics if they're all performing. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it's like, it just gives them uniqueness, more unique traits about them, which is pretty cool. Yeah, then there's backstage with Mr. Endo Bendo, back there, and all those spare parts. I think it's pretty cool, because that would exist in a pizzeria. Then there's the bathroom. Fortunately, never see inside the bathroom, or fortunately, I don't know whatever term for that, but, never see them, which, I mean, yeah, Freddy goes in the ladies' room. Whoa, buddy. Great stuff. Yeah, then there's the kitchen, which you don't get to see, which is kind of cool. It's like a mysterious part. Probably where the mysterious part of the franchise began. Like, what's in the kitchen? Don't know. Then we have the 2 hallways, supply closet where Bonnie hangs out. Pretty cool and iconic. 2 hallways, it's kind of nice because it's kind of spooky. It's like, turn out there could be right there. It's like, there's not a wall to protect you. Not really. There's kind of be right there. Just kind of out in the open in a way. Security office right in the middle. Not too safe, but a little safe. Yeah. Another part I'll talk about is the atmosphere. Now, the animatronics, you could say, is the spookiest. I would say, like, the nightmare animatronics are the spookiest because those things are terrifying. But these things are more real because, like, who would build, like, nightmare claws, spooky duper animatronics? It's just unsettling. Not spooky. unsettling. We probably like a Chuck E. Cheese. You would see a Chuck E. Cheese, you know? Yeah. Yeah, a little bit unsettling, and honestly, hot take here. I don't like how they gave the animatronics voices. AR, honestly, some of those voices are mad annoying, I'm not gonna lie. And honestly, UCN also has voices for Foxy. I think Freddy, I think Size just happens music box. I think it's pretty iconic there. Yeah, I think Foxy's voice, I mean, it's a nice voice, but it's just like, I don't really want them to have voices because it just doesn't make sense, I guess. I don't know, it makes sense if they perform, but it's like, I wouldn't, like, here's the thing, I wouldn't want them to say, like, here's the thing, I think maybe it'd be cool if they, like, said their lines, but, like, their normal lines while they're killing you, you know? Not, like, actual, like, lines because, like, I don't know how to explain this, but, like, Foxy's, like, kind of referencing the fact that he's, and UCN, he's, like, killing, William in the game, or that's where he plays, right? I feel like it'd be better if they just said their normal, like, show stage lines about what they say, you know? So they would, because it makes sense, and be kind of creepy, because, like, that's just their programming, and that's just, yeah. It's almost unsettling to not give a villain a voice. Same thing goes with a lot of things. It just makes them more mysterious and creepy. So I think that's honestly a pretty good play in FNAF 1. That voice, I think it's good. I do like the laughs of Freddy because that's creepy. That is genuinely really creepy. And honestly, like, hear the, like, show stage, it's honestly creepy too, even though it's, like, happy, you know, fun, it's still spooky. Anyways, I think I'm just gonna wrap this up, this section. Also, a fun fact, I have BN96, okay? And I, at some point, would like to try 420 mode. 420 is scary phone number. Yeah, but I'm kind of worried in 5020 mode, which, I think in my, one of my videos, I think Secret Mimic, theory video, I think I showed footage of one of the runs I had. That was a short run, I haven't had some good runs. I've been trying to get to 9,000 points, 8,000 points I can do easily. Just, I feel like, to me, it's just a lot of luck base, with 5020 mode, there's just a little rant, but, yeah. It's a lot luck based, and, right now, I think I can juggle mechanics, like, I can get Toy Freddy's mechanic down, I think that's easy. It's just luck based, honestly. Foxy's the one I'm kind of struggling with, because you have to flip with the camera open and all that stuff, and just kind of like, yeah, that's risky, because Rockstar Bonnie could appear, and like a bunch of other things, so, yeah. That's enough of that rant, by the way, so, I guess, we're gonna move on to the lore section now, so, let's get that started. Okay, we're now into the lore section. Now, honestly, when FNAF 1 probably came out, there wasn't much lore, honestly. But now, there's a bit of lore, so let's talk about it. So, okay, so, let's see. Now, basically, from this, we know that there was Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, there's FNAF, Freddy Fazbear Pizza, okay? Then there was the missing children's incident, because there's the secret poster that basically talks about that. Yeah, and also Phone Guy references the bite of 87, so that's kind of a mysterious thing that happened that we know right there. Probably most of our knowledge could be from Phone Guy in this game, because, I mean, that's what it says. And also Phone Guy does die by a mysterious animatronic. We don't know which one, okay? Don't know which one. Yeah. So, yeah. So we know that if there's Phone Guy, then he dies, so. And then, there is, I don't remember exactly if his line is stated there was a safe room. That may have been just FNAF 3. But yeah, and also later, there's in FNAF 3, so, if you don't know this currently, well, FNAF 1 would be out, is that in FNAF 3, I mean, they were all assembled by Mr. William Afton. So yeah, we can just tag that along, part of the lore as well. Yeah, so lore FNAF 1, there honestly isn't too much. There was a missing children's incident where something happened. like a police report. We know that they got disassembled here. We know that one guy died in Night 4, and we know that there's a bite of 87. That's pretty much it on the lower side of things. Probably more things we can't play Fnaf 2. We have mini games, so yeah, it'll get way more crazy, and probably like Security Breach 2 would be crazy, but yeah, we're gonna wrap that part up because this part is a little bit short, but it's fine because next 2 parts are gonna be pretty long, so hang on. Okay, we are back with part 3, and part 3 is the animatronics, the stars of the show themselves. So, why not start off with good old Mr. Freddy Fazbear? Yeah, Freddy Fazbear, the face of the game, is a bear. Got a nice hat, nice bow tie, and honestly, the design is pretty simple. Honestly, it doesn't look nothing like a bear besides like the ears. I guess like the color scheme, but not all bears are brown. But yeah, he's a bear. I mean, he's pretty iconic. Doesn't really look like an animal, but I mean, besides the ear, I guess. But yeah, I think it's pretty simple yet effective. It's spooky. I feel like the soulless eyes, and Freddy in game have like black eyes, and that's pretty crazy and stuff like that. Okay, now on to Bonnie. Bonnie is similar to Freddy, basically these are the same models. Now, Bonnie's supposed to be a rabbit here, and basically inside of those ears, instead of the Freddy bear ears, he's got some rabbit ears instead, which is pretty cool and epic. But then he doesn't have a hat, and also he's missing eyebrows. Now, here's the thing. We have many questions in life. First of all, is the Earth flat? Which, people who say it is are basically wrong. Yeah, I didn't say that. Yeah, what's the purpose of life? And, I have a couple others. But I think the most important question is, why does Bonnie have no eyebrows? These are questions that may never get answered, but are questions that we need to ask. Yeah. Also, Bonnie was so spooky, in fact, that he got Cawthon nightmares. Ooh, spooky. Yeah. Mr. Bonnie here, he has a guitar, he plays a guitar. Honestly, I feel like he's kind of underrated. Oh my god, because people like Freddy and Foxy a lot. Chica, I think Chica's underrated as well. But Bonnie, super underrated. But yeah, okay. Next up is Chica, the chicken. I'm back. Yeah, Chica, her head looks like Angry Bird sometimes. Chica, let's eat bib. Also, we don't really know what she does in performing wise. Maybe a waiter. I don't know. Something in the kitchen. I don't know. Unknown. But yeah. Also, we'll tag along with the cupcake, which the cupcake basically he's there on the show stage, and in stuff, posters and stuff. But the cupcake is never seen at the door or anything like that. Cupcake just kind of disappears. So who knows where it goes. Also, technically there's 2 cupcakes. There's one that's in Chica's hand and one that's in the office. Interesting. Yeah. Except for in the Fnaf movie where the cupcake is a violent murderer. Where the cupcake is a violent murderer. Yeah. He's insane. He's a psychopath. Yeah. Next up is everyone's fan favorite, Foxy, the Pirate Fox. Yeah, everyone loves this guy. This guy is kind of overrated, but I feel like he's pretty cool. Basically, he's different from the rest. He's out of order. Unique. Unique is in his coat. He's kind of mysterious. He's got a little pirate vibe. He's all torn up. He's kind of creepy. Some people even thought he was the bite of 87, or Foxy was a good guy since he never attacked you in his jump scare. Out of FNAF theories were something else in the back in the day. Jeez-a-roni. Yeah. And then I think we'll do Endo first. Basically Endo 1, he basically appears in the office. Yeah, he appears in the, not in the office, what am I talking about? He appears in the backstage, he just kind of sits there for a little game, but there's a secret Easter egg where he sticks his head up. I was actually looking up to find this Easter egg. I think there is a footage that I'll put in this video of me playing Fnaf where I took a screenshot of that, so yeah, that's what that was from, because I'm like, whoa, it's crazy. I've also gotten, like, the JJ Easter egg, twice, before. Yeah, pretty great stuff. Yeah, and yeah, honestly, just kind of nice to see, like, the innards of the animatronics. Pretty cool. And then, finally, is the one mysterious one of them all, Golden Freddy. Which, I don't think that's a canon name. I think it's something that Markiplier used, because is that Golden Freddy in his title? I don't know if he said it in the video. I think it's just a title. But yeah, I think, like, there wasn't even a name for that at the time. Yeah, crazy stuff. I mean, I guess it just turned into the name, Golden Freddy. Crazy stuff, honestly. Yeah, but Golden Freddy, he's an Easter egg. He appears in the office. Pretty mysterious, honestly. Don't even, like, know what his deal is. Yeah, he just appears there, and he's just kind of mysterious. Black eyes. He appears in 1987, linking that to that. Of course, that's not really how it is anymore, since, Mangle did the Bite of 87, which I guess it's like, I think everyone can consensusly agree that that's like a fact, even though I don't really think it's been too confirmed, but I mean, that's what everyone believes, so I believe it too, so yeah. Yeah. But Golden Freddy, pretty mysterious, appears in your office, and then your game crashes. Never jump scares you. I mean, interesting. I mean, it's kind of crazy that, like, Golden Freddy probably was just there just for an Easter egg. Like, literally, probably not to be important to the lore at all until, I guess, everyone made him important, and then, boom, there you go. Crazy stuff. Well, I think that's gonna wrap up this section, and next section we'll be talking about, the gameplay of the game. I mean, it's a game, so pretty important, so let's move on to that. Okay, on to the second last part, which is gameplay. So, the gameplay of Fnaf is pretty simple, and that's honestly, Fnaf at its core. Simple gameplay that's, pretty easy to understand. It can be frustrating at sometimes. So, first of all, first couple nights, I mean, you only have Bonnie to deal with, really. Bonnie's the only threat, basically. He appears at your door, and it's pretty understandable. It's pretty safe, you know, you understand the gameplay, and, you know, you probably won't lose, but you're just kind of getting the feel of things. Next night, Chica's a little bit more aggressive, but now you got Foxy, so now you have to deal with Foxy and Bonnie. It's simple, it slowly gets harder with the old mechanics, so you learn the old ones and get new ones. Pretty effective, in a game like this. Yeah, and then we get to night 3. Basically, Freddy becomes active, but he doesn't become a problem, really. Now you have Chica, Bonnie, and Foxy. Now you shouldn't have some problems dealing with it. Now it's getting like a natural challenging game. And then you get to like night 4, Freddy's actually becoming active, and now you have to worry about him. And honestly, it's kind of like trial and error with Freddy. I mean, Freddy's kind of hard to figure out. I mean, I didn't even realize the whole that you could cam stall him. And then I did, and then I beat 50-20 mode. I'm not 50-20 mode, 420 mode. Yeah, I'm learning about that. It did not take me that long. It took me like less than 10 attempts, and I beat it. With my old strategy and the new one, so yeah. With the new strategy, it literally took me 2 attempts, and then I won. Yeah, great stuff. But yeah, and then, yeah, like night 5, they're all going crazy. And it's kind of hard to manage, but you figure it out. And then night 6, it gets even harder. And then 420 mode, it's like Freddy is going crazy. He's like, like every 3 seconds. Yeah, it gets pretty crazy pretty fast. The servers, like, it's not complicated. You figure it out, and it's easy to understand. It's pretty simple. Now, I think we should move on to the final part. Let's begin. Okay, we are finally at the final part. Yay, yippee! Okay, and that is going to be secrets and Easter eggs. Now, there's a couple in this game. So yeah. Okay, let's talk about Mr. Golden Freddy himself. He's an Easter egg. Just kind of spooky. He appears. Yeah. He appears in your office. You go to the hallway corner camera with the Freddy picture, and there's another Easter egg where Freddy's like splitting his head open. Whoa, crazy. Like, bah. Yeah. And then there's when Golden Freddy appears, you get in the office and your game crashes. Spooky, mysterious. Who's this guy? Don't know. Crazy stuff. Yeah. Then there is the one where Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica are on stage, or I guess it can happen anywhere, but they stare at the camera. I've had Freddy do it individually. All three of them, I think, is pretty rare, though. Yeah, I think I have to look cranky. Another one is when Foxy leaves his cove and it signs as "It's me." That's another one. Another cool one is when the endoskeleton in the backstage looks up at the camera. That's pretty creepy. And I think all the other heads do it. Does it mean Endo was possessed by another child? No, probably not that crazy. Yeah. And then there is there's the pictures in the hallway, which they change to like crying children, I think. If I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and I think that's like all the Easter eggs in Fnaf 1. Honestly, there's not too many, especially, I don't think in The Office. I don't think there's like one single Easter egg in The Office. Which is kind of crazy because that's kind of a recurring thing throughout the rest of Fnaf games. Yeah, I just find it kind of interesting. This is a little short. I think we're gonna do one final part of the video. So let's start that. Congratulations, you've made it through this long video, because I know it's like probably close to 30 minutes. Yeah, it's been a pretty long video. This is my longest video, like ever, in my channel, so kind of crazy. The other parts are probably gonna be longer, like Fnaf 2 is gonna be pretty long, so yeah, just kind of, the series is finally starting to think it's something that's kind of pretty cool to start, so I'm excited I'm excited to see how it does, and continuing for the most part. Yeah, I hope this becomes my most popular video because I've spent a lot of time in this, a lot of effort, and my most popular videos maybe don't spend that much time efforting. This I've spent multiple days working on, so I'm hoping that this actually works. Hopefully this becomes popular enough. Yeah, that's my hoping. So I'm hoping. But anyways, yeah, that's been analyzing every Fnaf game, and on this episode 1, I'm glad to start the series off. I think it's gonna be fun, cool, interesting. Yeah, I think Fnaf 1 was a good starting place. Next up is Fnaf 2, which is going to be pretty interesting. We have a lot of things to talk about. There's like double the animatronics. Like it's gonna be crazy, and that, yeah, I'm excited for that. Fnaf 3 will have, that one's gonna be interesting. Fnaf 4, ooh. Yeah, basically the same format's gonna go through all of these, yeah, except for just a different game. And yeah, I think it's gonna be fun, so I'm kind of excited to see how this goes. So, yeah, I think that's been enough yapping, so I'll cut this short, and well, I think that has been analyzing every Fnaf game with yours truly. Now, I think it's time to make a wrap. See you in the next episode.